Well, in spite of the fact that I am spending way more time at home, I don't feel like I'm spending way more time in the shop, which really surprises me. I really thought when we started doing all this social distancing stuff, I was going to get a lot more done in the shop, have a lot more time for videos, but I'm really spending more time working around the property, doing household repairs, things that I've been putting off forever. And for some reason, at this point in time, that just seems like the best use of my time. But I don't want to forget about you guys, so I'm going to still keep doing videos. And I'm still going to try and do a few extras here and there just to make up for the fact that we're all stuck inside and we need something to do. So today's video is largely going to be just another one of those touch base, catch up on what's going on in the shop and what I'm doing and where I plan to go. I watched one from Yamez over at Island Metalworks this morning talking about what he's doing in the shop and where he's going with his videos, and some of that brought up things that I've been thinking about but I haven't really acted on. And I thought I would touch base with some of those today. Maybe this afternoon I'll get back to work on this big pile of chest handles I'm working on. Somebody wanted 6 pairs, so that's a dozen handles. And I told them I'd try and get them shipped this week, so I need to get these done. All the parts are forged, it's just down to assembly, which is always my least favorite part. But with any luck, if I get some work done on them today, I'll have them all finished up tomorrow and be able to ship them tomorrow afternoon. Today, unfortunately, I'll probably have to go to town. We're avoiding going to town and buying groceries as much as we can. But you can't avoid it all the time, so today is probably that day. By the way, if you haven't checked out his channel, he's really a fun guy to watch, does some fun little projects. He is my other moderator over on the Facebook group, if you belong to the Black Bear Forge Facebook group. So if you want to check out his channel and his video from this morning, when you see this, it'll be yesterday's video, I'll link to that right up here. But one of the things he does a lot of is live streaming. And I've had people ask about live streams. People said, I'd really like to watch a live stream from you. And I've resisted for a couple of reasons. One, I find I don't have time to watch other people's live streams much. I'll tune into his live stream every now and then, or one from Roy at Christ-Centered Ironworks. But I only watch for about a half an hour or so because I just don't have that much free time to sit and watch a 2-hour live stream. And the other big reason I haven't done a live stream, and maybe this is even the bigger reason, is because I have no internet access up here in the shop. I'm about 100 yards away from the house, and that is too far to run an Ethernet cable, so I can't just plug in a cable. I'm going to have some sort of a wireless solution or pay for another entire phone line to be brought in and have internet set up, and I'm not going to do that. But I think I found a Wi-Fi extender online that sounds like it's going to work. I don't know. I'm going to have to buy that. I'm going to have to install it, hook it up, and see if we get Wi-Fi. Then I'm going to have to do a test live stream to see if it goes anywhere, if it's fast enough Wi-Fi and good enough quality to actually do a live stream, or if the use of the extender dumbs it down so much that it isn't very good. So no guarantees that this is going to work one way or the other. Once I know I've got something up here that will work, then I got to figure out how to do a halfway decent video. I think I'm going to start just doing them on the iPad, and it takes pretty good video, but it's be a single camera view. The advantage is that it will transmit directly to YouTube, and I don't need any other fancy stuff. I can just go from the iPad to YouTube. But I will need to set up a microphone for this, and I've done that with an iPhone before, and it's sort of a whole bunch of different little connectors to connect a microphone. But once I figure out what it takes to do that to the iPad, we'll try that out, assuming everything else works. Now, I almost never use a tablet or a cell phone for shop videos, but I think for a live stream it might be okay, at least for the first 1 or 2 of them. The last time I used an iPhone in the shop was to do that double-bit axe project, that presentation axe for some guys up at Fort Carson. And I'll link to that video up here. Personally, I think it's an awful video, but it might be interesting, and it'll explain to you why I don't use a cell phone to record my videos very often. But one of the biggest reasons I want to try live streaming is that so many blacksmithing events have been canceled this year. I had a class scheduled for May, that's been postponed to August, and I really have my doubts that it's going to come off in August, and probably wouldn't go even if it was, just because I think traveling cross country isn't the smartest thing to do this year. The Rocky Mountain Smiths demonstrations for the spring have been canceled. I don't know what's going to happen to the summer demonstrations. They may go, they may not go. The Rocky Mountain Blacksmithing Conference in August is currently still scheduled, but there's starting to be talk that maybe it's going to have to be canceled, and probably sometime in the next month that decision is going to have to be made. So with all these things being canceled all around the world, it's not just here in Colorado, not just in the United States, people all around the world are losing that connection to socialize with their fellow blacksmiths, and live streams provide that. That's something I noticed watching Yamez on his live stream, is it's as much about the people in the comment section talking to each other in the comments while he's demonstrating, and him answering questions for those people, and all in real time, or as close to real time as you can. And that really builds a sense of community, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do here anyway. So I think if live streams help that, one a week, one a month, something like that, may be worth doing. So anyways, live streams are one of the things that I'm looking at. Now the other thing that I've been looking at is some way to give more value to the people who support the channel or on Patreon. There is no exclusive content over there. A lot of people, that's what they do on Patreon. You say, you pay me $5 a month, and twice a month I'm going to make a video that only the people paying me on Patreon can view. But I just don't want to go that way. I want this information to be freely available. I want you to be able to watch it, whether you can afford to contribute to the channel or just don't feel like contributing to the channel. I still want you to be able to have the information. But what I think I can do, and again, I'm going to have to set up another service to make this work because YouTube doesn't let me do duplicate videos, but I think I will post a duplicate of some videos on something like Vimeo and then link the Vimeo video over on Patreon. It's going to be a little bit contorted and complicated, but once I get it figured out, it should be seamless for the Patreon subscribers. And if you're contributing over there, you should then be able to watch those videos. It'll be the exact same video you could watch over here, but I'm going to run them without ads, so you don't have to have any of those annoying ads. I found out the last Hook of the Week video had something like 7 ads in there, and that's sort of my fault. I clicked the little button that says place ads automatically. I didn't realize they were going to place that many ads. I'll quit doing that. I'll go back to placing the manual so I can keep them down to about 1 every 7 or 8 minutes or something like that. Now, I won't copy every video and put it over on Patreon, but maybe 1 a week or something like that I'll do over there. So the possibility of live streams, the possibility of things being on Patreon without ads are the 2 main things that I'm looking to do, and I got to research, I got to figure out how to do it, I got to sign up for accounts, I'm going to have to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and figure this stuff out. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, and I've mentioned it here a few times, I have a second channel. It's just called John Switzer. Originally, it was Off Topic with John Switzer because it has nothing to do with blacksmithing. But that's where I talk about all the other stuff I'm doing. And some of the things I'm doing now that we're social distancing might be presented over there. Not everything is, but a couple of times a week I'm trying to post videos there. And if you like watching drone videos, I'm trying to get out and fly my drone almost daily. Doesn't happen every day, but I'm trying to get out and do that. And I'm posting some of those videos over there just so you can kind of see the countryside around here if you're interested. Now, what kind of video ideas do I have coming up here in the near future? Well, for one thing, I've had some questions about my post drill. And I don't actually use that post drill. It's just something that sits on the wall and is kind of an ornament as a blacksmithing relic. Part of the reason I don't use it is because it doesn't have a crank handle. So I think maybe for Friday's video, I'm going to try and make a crank handle for the post drill. It probably won't be a very difficult project. There may be some fabricating involved, but it will take a piece of machinery that just hangs on the wall doing nothing and make it into a useful tool here in the shop. And if you have a non-electric shop, a post drill can be a really handy thing. As I was working on my chest handles, I was thinking, boy, wouldn't it be nice if I could do more of this under the power hammer? But to do that, I really want a set of tapering dies. So I thought we would make a set of saddle dies that go over my existing dies. The holes in the dies allow you to bolt something to that. And I've been meaning to make saddle dies. So yesterday I ordered some material to make saddle dies with. I ordered some 4140, that's the right width to make dies for this hammer. And that means I've got enough material to make a half dozen sets of saddle dies, maybe more than that. So we're going to look at making some saddle dies, what they are, how they work, and why it might be a better option than just specialty dies for your power hammer or handheld spring dies even. And of course, the Hook of the Week will continue on Sundays, at least until we have done 1 year's worth, or 52 hooks. We're probably close to a year since I started it, but we've missed a few weeks. So we'll make sure that we get at least 52 hooks in before we're completely done, or 52 episodes. Some of these episodes we've done multiple hooks, like last week's we did 3 hooks, but I'm counting that as 1 episode. So we'll do at least 52 episodes. Now, once that's done, I think we're going to keep doing some sort of simple beginner projects on Sundays, something you can hopefully just go out and do Sunday afternoon or sometime the next weekend, whatever it is. Cooking forks, spatulas, bottle openers, hooks, things of that nature that are fairly simple, good beginner-oriented project, good skill-building projects. And of course, as I mentioned last week, hopefully we'll get around to building the ribbon burner forge. I still plan to make tools out of the Master Mirror collection and do more of those Viking-inspired projects. Lots of stuff I want to do. I just don't have time to do it all at one time, so I got to pick and choose and try and fit videos in around things like chest handles and holdfasts. So I will probably continue to do little videos like this. These are fairly quick, fairly simple to do. I don't have to invest a half a day in making the video or stay up till midnight editing the video. So I think these videos are just a good way for me to stay in touch with you. Hopefully it helps build and preserve that sense of community that we've built here. And of course there's the Facebook group, which is a great place to share the projects you're working on. Anyways, that's all I can think of today. Thanks for stopping by and watching. I hope you have time in your day to get out to your shop. Make something if you do, but be safe, wear your safety glasses, and we'll see you for the next one.